Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I've got my September faves and fails for you guys, so you know what that means. It's October. And as I say in the start of every one of these videos, where'd the month go? I don't even know how they go by so fast, but it definitely feels October-y today. It's kind of cool and rainy out, and I've got a little October ambiance going on over there. Got my pumpkins out, got some votives lit, so we're feeling spooky here today. As usual, I have skincare, I have makeup, I have some clothes, I have some jewelry, shoes, the usual, just everything that I try here. Some has been in videos already, some I test behind the scenes and it never makes it into its own dedicated video. So this is a great place to come to get like little mini reviews on things that I've tried. All right, I'm back. Where was I? My phone rang. It was a car dealership. My car's ready to be picked up. Not a new car, just my old car going in for repairs. I took it in yesterday. I scheduled to just sit there and wait for it for the 90 minutes, brought my laptop, was going to do some work. And after a half an hour, the guy came up and was like, "We're going to need to keep it overnight." So cha-ching, bunch of money later, my car now has new brakes, new tires, new belts. But, you know, what are you going to do? It's an older car, and I just kind of drive them until they don't go anymore. I'm not a big car person, but I do like to keep my car maintained. So anyway, I'm getting such a late start on this. It's 5 o'clock. He just called to say, come and pick it up. I need to film this video. They're open till 7:30, so if I can get out of here in the next hour. I want to film 2 videos. Oh my gosh, probably TMI right now, but yeah, so let's get started in with the makeup. I did have 2 successes with eyeshadow, I am so happy to report, and they're both drugstore eyeshadows. So the first one, the one I'm wearing today, is this BH Cosmetics Love in London shadow palette, 16 colors in a nice little cardboard palette. It does have a decent sized mirror in there. Saw the shades on this, just thought this was the prettiest palette. It's got 7 mattes and 9 shimmers in it, so it's got a lot of shimmers, but all the colors are so beautiful. I just wanted to swatch a few of these for you. Like T is like a really grayish peacock blue, then they have London, this dark blue, then Palace Prestige right here is the color that I'm wearing on my eye today, this guy here. But I mean, look at those, aren't they just beautiful? The color payout, the pigmentation on these is just so beautiful. I just love them. And the mattes are neutral enough that they're going to work with any of these colors. So today's look I created with Scone all over the eyelid, pretty much from my lashes up to my eyebrows. Then I went in with Cheers in the crease. Then I put on Crumpet deeper in the crease. And then I went in with Posh at the outside of the crease and got this really smoky gray going on over there. And then I used Prestige all over the lid on top of that, and I just love this look. Have you guys heard of this show called Younger? I'm watching it on demand. I'm not even sure what channel it's on, but Hilary Duff is in the show. She doesn't play the lead, she's somebody else. But anyway, whoever does her eyeshadow for the show just kills it, does such a beautiful job every day. And she does these like silvery gray smoky eye looks for day wear, and I just love it in the show. So that's kind of what inspired my eye look for today, and I'm digging it, and I'm kind of liking how like Halloween-y it is, how it goes with the whole October vibe here. So anyway, Love in London, loving that palette. And if you're looking for a, you know, amusing but fairly unrealistic show to watch, try Younger. But anyway, then the next eyeshadow palette that I tried this month and really liked is the Profusion Sultry palette. And this guy is a real drugstore price. I think I got this one at Target or Walmart. This one has a lot of the same types of colors that were just in this one, but a lot more. So, you know, if a big palette just leaves you like overwhelmed, then this one won't be for you. But the pale colors are actually much lighter. So it's got this little group here that could just be like a little everyday kind of wear thing. But I was surprised at the quality on these eyeshadows. They blended out beautifully. I got a really pretty eye look with it. I was wearing it on a day that I was testing some other makeup, so I think I have some footage to bring in on the look I did with this. I just did a pretty subtle day look, but I thought it came out so pretty and was really impressed with the wear, the color payout, and the blendability on these. So both great eyeshadow palettes, both really good quality. Can't go wrong with either of these. So those are faves for this month. Then another makeup fave for this month is the Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Foundation. This is kind of the dupe or replacement for the CYO Life Proof. Both Soap & Glory and CYO are owned by Boots, and so CYO was one of my holy grail top foundations that I tried last year, and then it was discontinued. Well, Boots re-released it, pretty much exact same formula, exact same colors as Soap & Glory Kick-Ass Foundation. So I haven't done a full foundation Friday on this, but I did just want to test it for those of you who love this foundation to let you know if it was the same, and in fact it is. Looking at the ingredients, they stack up exactly. Looking at the colors, they are exactly the same. You know, it's still a very limited shade range, but I just wanted to let you know that that is the replacement for CYO if that was one of your favorites, and it is every bit as good, looks just as beautiful on the skin, lasts just as long. I mean, everything that made that one perfect, this one has in it. I still wish that they would increase the shade range. 16 is just not a lot. They could increase it to 40 shades, and I think that would make a lot of people very, very happy. The last full-on fave in makeup is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Gripping Primer. I tried this guy in a video in August, and since then I have been testing it with different foundations to figure out if I really like it or not. And I was never sure if it was like gripping the makeup and making it last longer, but what I did notice is that it actually made my makeup look better longer. I feel like it's kind of hydrating, so where some foundations by the end of the day they make your skin look so dry and like so wrinkly, places that you aren't really aware that you have wrinkles, like upper lip or like right in here, stuff like that. This actually made those areas look better and like more hydrated and a little bit more youthful by the end of the day with the makeup. And then the last added bonus is that it actually minimized my pores and kept them minimized for a little while. I can't say it did it all day, but it's one of the first primers, especially since it doesn't say pore. Oh, it does say pore refiner. Oh, it says pore refiner and hydrator right on it. So I actually have a little footage to bring in to show you, so let me show you how it actually made the pores on one side of my face look better, how it made like the wrinkles on one side of my face look better. It's time for a check-in on the IT Cosmetics Gripping Primer. 7 hours in right now. The side with the primer looks so much better than the side without. This side of my face looks so much older than this side. This side looks so much more textured and pory than this side, and so I'm definitely giving the win to the gripping primer. Kind of loving this stuff. So let's take a look. Looking at the pores now. Can you see how creased and wrinkled this side looks and how this side looks nice? How about up here? It actually just made the makeup last a lot longer. I actually had a better makeup day on the primer side of my face than I did on the non-primer side of my face. It's a winner. I really love it, and I am going to be using it. I think this is going to be like my holy grail primer for a bit, so happy to have found that guy. In the month of September, I did 2 foundation Fridays. I did one on the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, did another one on the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Wear. This was one of the worst foundations that I have ever tried. I just hated this. There was nothing good about it. I think I had one thing on the pros side, everything else on the con side. It was heavy, it was waxy, it was cakey, it wore off, it slid around, it came off on everything. Like even if my hair touched it, it made like a gash in it on my forehead. But anyway, so that one was an epic fail. The Charlotte Tilbury actually wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I loved the finish on it. It had this beautiful, beautiful skin-like finish. And it actually was fairly long wearing, but unfortunately it settled right into my wrinkles right away. And you know, that's a deal breaker on any foundation, but it wasn't bad, you know, just okay. Okay, so now are we doing the fails? Oh, the lippies. Okay, so can you tell that I'm wearing 3 different lippies, right? I bought 3 lippies looking for like the perfect nude color. So one is a Becca lipstick, one is the Makeup Forever Artist Nude Creme, and the other one is the Bite Amuse Bouche liquid lipstick. And I have been wearing them all on and off for the last month trying to figure out which one I liked, which one I didn't like. So before I started recording this video, I was like, oh yeah, I got to refresh my memory on what I think of these. So I put them all three on together so I could compare. So I have this on this half of my upper lip. I have the Bite on this half of my upper lip. And I have the Becca on my lower lip. Oh my gosh, the things we do for a review, right? Looking at them super up close just now in my mirror, I gotta say, I think I like the Makeup Forever the best. That's on this side. Then I like the Bite the second best, and the Becca I am not thrilled with right now. I think it looks nice at first glance, but then when I looked at it, it's like cracking in my little lip wrinkles. It's really creamy and comfortable to wear and not drying at all, and I really like it. And I think with a lip liner, it is like perfection, and I love this color. Oh my gosh, I love all three of these colors. I'll have to put the colors below because they're too tiny for me to read them right now. Yeah, I mean the print on the bottoms of these things, who can even read that? You see how my lower lip just looks really like wrinkly? I can see that, yeah. Okay, so not loving that about the Becca, but I think that a lip liner would fix that. But I really like this side, which is the Makeup Forever. And the color is slightly different, but they are very, very similar colors. And I like the Bite side too. So, okay, I think all the rest of the makeup that I have to show you fails. So sad to say. So let's just go through it. I bought Coty Airspun because I have heard other YouTubers just rave about this stuff for years and years and years. I got Naturally Neutral, comes with a big powder puff. I opened it up and the smell that comes out of this thing, it's just totally perfumey, and I just don't get why you would add a scent to a face powder. I didn't even put it on. I opened it up and was like, no thanks. So sorry Coty Airspun, none of that for me. Tried a couple of concealers this month. I tried the Boing Cakeless Concealer. When I tried this, I found that it applied really, actually pretty nicely, and I had like a couple of little weird patches of dry skin in there that day, and it so clung to the dry skin that it just made them look like little icebergs floating around there on the side of my nose, you know, and then around it, it just didn't seem to cover. All right, there's the Boing concealer on. That color definitely brightens up the under eye area. Looking at it up close, it is clinging to like this little patch of dry skin there. I had a little bit of a hard time blending it. I feel like I put on a ton. I don't feel like it's giving me a ton of great coverage. And so I kept adding more and more, but it just gave very, very little coverage. But I gotta say, true to its name, it was cakeless, because even though I kept putting on more and more, it didn't look cakey. When I checked in on it later in the day, it was like patchy, and it had definitely creased in those little diagonal creases. It didn't really crease too badly in my wrinkles underneath my eyes. In 5 hours, it's not the worst I've seen, it's not the best I've seen. It's got the little diagonal marks in it this way. Where it was clinging to dry skin, it still is clinging to dry skin. It's a little bit worn off at the inner corner. So it was cakeless, but I can't say it gave me the greatest coverage. In the end, I just didn't like it. It was patchy, kind of creased a little. Not my cup of tea. Let me know what you thought of it if you've tried it. And the other concealer I tried was the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is supposed to be a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. Like the Shape Tape, it's a bigger size tube. It's got a giant doe foot applicator. When I first put it on, I really liked the feel of it. I felt like it did feel like Tarte Shape Tape and also kind of like my favorite concealers. From a distance, I thought it looked good. Up close, I thought it went on a little bit patchy. It didn't really give me that smooth, perfect coverage that I'm used to seeing when I first apply my LaserComb Maki Complete. This is my favorite concealer. It was a luminous finish, so I set it with the It Bye Bye Pores Loose Setting Powder. It's only been on there for 20 minutes while I finished up the rest of my makeup, but it is really patchy. So I just don't really like how it goes on. I don't really like the coverage. You know, it's not smooth, it's not even coverage. All right, let's check in on the concealer. It's been on there for 4 hours. It is a little bit creased in my wrinkles out here. It still is looking patchy where it went on patchy in there. Just wasn't happy with it. Didn't love that. All right, is that it for the makeup? I believe it is. Let's move on to skincare now. I have a new favorite chemical sunscreen. Now you guys know how in love I am with all mineral sunscreen, but for testing foundation, sometimes I need to test it with a chemical sunscreen. And so I needed one that didn't like burn my face off with the first use. And unfortunately, just about every chemical sunscreen, they just so irritate my skin. I turn immediately red and my skin stings for days afterwards. So I happened upon this La Roche-Posay Anthelios AOX Daily Antioxidant Serum with Sunscreen. This is a broad spectrum SPF 50 and it works really, really well under foundation. It doesn't like shorten the wear time or do anything weird or make it slide around. Since it's a chemical, not a mineral, it doesn't leave a white cast, of course. It's very lightweight and easy to apply, and it doesn't feel heavy, and it doesn't feel greasy, and it doesn't make you feel gross, and it doesn't make you look shiny. It's just a really nice sunscreen. I also tested a couple serums from a new skincare company called Revolution Skincare London. This is available at Ulta. I saw it on the website, so I was like, ooh, let me try a couple things. So usually if I'm trying a new skincare line, I'll pick things that I am already using or that are similar to things that I'm already using so I can compare them to products that I like. So I grabbed their 5% lactic acid plus hyaluronic acid, which of course would be similar to my ordinary 5% lactic acid plus 2% HA. And then the other one that I picked out is the 10% niacinamide plus 1% zinc. That would be very similar to my Maylove Nia10 calming serum. This also does contain zinc. Now this one, the price difference is pretty big. I find the Maylove serums to be pretty reasonably priced at under $30 for an ounce, but this guy is $7 for an ounce, so pretty darn good. Comparing the ingredients on these guys, this one is definitely a stripped down version. This one has niacinamide as the second ingredient. It also has the zinc, green tea extract, vitamin E. It also has witch hazel and aloe. And then this guy, being the very stripped down formula, niacinamide is third ingredient, zinc is fourth. There's really nothing else like beneficial in there. The second ingredient is propanediol, and that is an ingredient that helps things penetrate into your skin. And so for me, propanediol can be a little irritating if it's in there in too high of a concentration. I mean, this one is called a calming serum. This one isn't called a calming serum. This one is called a blemish and pore serum. So depending on what you're using it for, if you're using it, you know, to calm your skin, I probably wouldn't use this one, but for the price point, $7, it's pretty darn good. All right, next let's talk about the ordinary lactic acid versus Revolution lactic acid. The nice part about the Revolution is if you like the 5% lactic acid, you can get this on the Ulta website, but they do have the 10% of the ordinary on Ulta as well. Based on comparing the ingredients and comparing the prices, these are pretty interchangeable. This is $7, this is $6.99. The ingredients are both very stripped down, very basic. They both have water, lactic acid, and propanediol, as well as hyaluronic acid. I've used this quite a bit. I like it. I think it feels about the same as the Ordinary's 5%. I just think these are so similar, you might as well go for convenience because there's not a huge difference in formulation. All right, so that's all the beauty stuff from today's video. Now a couple of clothes and shoes and jewelry. So first is this necklace. I love this necklace, you guys. It is so pretty. It's a multi-strand necklace, Kendra Scott, and it just has these little stones in it, but it's so sparkly, so delicate, so nice. But what I love about it is, number one, it's adjustable, so you can make it longer or shorter, and it just has a really easy toggle. But number two, it has this really pretty chains that hang down the back, and they also have little stones on them. So when you're wearing a top like this that has a V-back, can you see it? And they're just so pretty. But to toggle it, you just pull this guy out, and then bam, you've got a longer necklace. So you can make it longer or shorter depending on how you want to wear it that day. So you can adjust the length and wear it differently every single day. So loving that necklace. And isn't this top just such a cutie? I love the V front, the V back, and this is really inexpensive at Nordstrom. And it's just a really cute top with, it's got like a little bit of ribbing on it. Oh, what did I get on it? Dang it. makeup as usual. It has a shaped hem that you can tie in a little knot there, and it's just a super cute top. Very versatile, love that. Wanted to show you these shoes that I got at Target. There were actually a couple of pair of shoes that were on the shelving unit in my lookbook that I didn't manage to work into an outfit, but I will in the second lookbook. But aren't these beautiful? These look like a much more expensive pair of booties. They have the peep toe and they have the little perforated cutout here and a little V here. This is very in style with the stacked heel. These are so comfortable, and they even have the like little suede lined footbed there. So those are awesome. And then this other pair of shoes I'm wearing, so I gotta take it off, but it's this Chelsea boot. And I can't tell you how many pairs of Chelsea boots I bought last season looking for the perfect pair. I never did find one. This season, first one that I purchased, perfect boot. These have a really thick stacked rubber heel, a really chunky sole, so these will be great to wear all winter. I'm going to give them a little spritz with some waterproofing spray, but they have just this little stretchy goring part here, and this is just a fantastic looking boot, so comfortable. And then the last thing from the lookbook is this black dress. This is such a simple, like transitional dress, but such a great piece. It's just like a t-shirting material with a plain scoop neck, and it's sleeveless. But the great part about it is that it has this separate like wrap part in the front of the dress, and that just hides a whole multitude of belly area issues. And of course, you know, who doesn't have them at our age? But I think it's just a great dress that can be worn by, you know, women of any age. It's like a classic simple style, but yet with the asymmetrical hemline and the faux wrap tie detail in the front, it's just so figure flattering, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting than your standard like fall sweater dress. So you throw on a great jacket over the top and you are good to go. So that's it for my faves and fails for September 2019. I hope you found the video helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you watching. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.